Good morning and welcome to the July 11th Wright County Board meeting. We will begin with our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. The minutes from June 27th seems like it's been forever.
Yeah, doesn't it? Mr. Chair, I do have a little change.
On the minutes?
On the minutes,
Sure.
page 5, 6.
Page 5, okay.
Yep, the first the first line after Dr. Rogers. I would cross out Dr. Rogers is one of the volunteers and just put Dr. Rogers is supportive of this pilot project.
Okay.
Because he's been hired by...
So he might not be totally
He might
volunteering.
not, right.
But he's a real asset to the project.
He's done a lot to help, but yes.
Okay, so we got that, Deb? All right. And without any objection, anything else? Otherwise, we can maybe make a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chair, to approve the minutes with the correction as noted.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Potter, second by Commissioner Delyden. Any other changes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, minutes are approved. Review and approve the agenda for today.
Chair, I will move approval of today's agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Hewson, second by Commissioner Delyden. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Agenda is approved. The consent agenda for today. Does anyone have anything they would like to be removed for further consideration?
I'll make a motion to approve today's consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Vetch, second by Commissioner Potter.
And Mr. Chair, I just have one question. That is owners under administration, B. That is owners committee, not owners committee of the whole.
That's correct, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. With that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are up for Mr. Tom Kelly, our Wright County attorney, and he has someone to introduce to us. Good morning, Tom.
Chair and other commissioners, good morning. It's nice that when we get a hire that we do this quick little introduction so you can put a face to the individual with regard that's going to be up in our office, but I just want to give you a quick little spiel with regard to who Jennifer Hendricks is. And Jenny came to our office June 19th, 2017, so just, less than a month ago. She was born and raised in Swamico, Wisconsin. If you don't know where that is, that's just 10 miles north of Packerland, Green Bay. And I didn't hold that against her.
Yeah, okay.
It's all right. And after graduating high school, she moved to Minnesota and attended the University of Minnesota in the Twin Cities. She double majored in political science and strategic communications. She then attended the University of Minnesota Law School, where she received an honors distinction in her first year of legal research and writing. After law school, she clerked on a misdemeanor rotation for the Honorable Jennifer Fritsch of Ramsey County District Court, and then she became an assistant St. Cloud city attorney. Trust me, they have a high volume operation up in St. Cloud. There she prosecuted petty misdemeanors, and gross misdemeanors, and she was able to get 5 adult jury trials under her belt. And let me just tell you, that's an asset to have within the county attorney's office, people that can actually take a case and give an opening, present it, and give a closing, and do a jury trial, and that's nice to have. After about a year and a half, she accepted a position out in Meeker County, where she gained experience in child protection, civil commitment, guardianships, and juvenile delinquency cases. Because with the smaller counties, you kind of do a little bit of everything, and that's good to have all that experience with regard to your package. Out there, she was able to first chair a juvenile criminal sexual conduct trial, and she missed having a full-time criminal caseload, and she wanted to work closer to her home. Commissioner Houston and I already discussed, I think that was the primary purpose for Jenny accepting the invitation, because she and her significant other live in Plymouth, that is Craig. And in their free time, she likes to travel and spend time with friends and family. But I have to share this quick little email, because we all know about government people getting bashed all the time, and government employees and this and that. She came to our office June 19th. On June 29th, I received an email from a Miss Lynch out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. And it said, "I just wanted to let you know how wonderful and helpful that Jennifer Hendricks is. I recently emailed the county attorney with a ticket problem, and she responded. I am sure she is extremely busy, but emailed me back pretty quickly. I explained my problem to her, and we conversed several times on the subject. She treated me with respect and dignity and was immensely helpful with my problem. With all the bad things I hear every day about government and government employees, this demonstrates to me that there are still some good ones out there. She is a tremendous assistant Wright County attorney," and I thought that was awful nice. 2 weeks into her gig here at Wright County. So with that, I'll introduce Jennifer Hendricks. Jenny.
Good morning, everyone. I have enjoyed my first few weeks of working here, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work in the adult traffic and misdemeanor rotation. So it's been a pleasure to work in such a fun and helpful office with Mr. Kelly. So I'm looking forward to continuing my time here. If you have any questions for me, feel free to talk to me. We're upstairs on the 4th floor, or you can always call or email.
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Potter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jennifer, is it the fact that we're moving you into a new building? Was that the enhancement that Tom was able to use to get you here?
I told her she'd be there a hell of a lot longer than I will.
No, that's just a nice perk.
So, now that you're working for the Wright County, when are you going to move to the Wright County?
Well, we'll think about it. Unfortunately, my significant other owns a small law practice in Minneapolis. So if we move out here, it would help my commute, but not so much his. So right now, we're splitting the baby for commute times.
Well, yeah.
With that, Jen, I'll just let you know, that's Ed the boy. He's the right one.
Morning.
So be careful with what you say. Commissioner Potter. Ed the boy, and then Commissioner
He's
Potter.
probably one of the better journalists you're going to come across anyway.
I've known him for 34 years, 35 years. Commissioner Lyden.
Well, we couldn't start the meeting till he showed up.
So what, doesn't she have to publicly do the oath?
Yes, well, she signed it. I don't know if we've ever actually had someone raise their hand, and she told me that she'd love to do that, but we're pushed for time here, so.
Oh, okay.
All right, welcome.
Anyway,
Welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up,
Yes, I gave it to Lee. Lee will get the original back to Sydney. Thank you.
okay, thank you. And welcome again. Next up, our award-winning auditor treasurer, Mr. Robert Hevola.
Good morning,
I know.
Commissioners.
We
The
can't
first
wait.
item on the agenda is for asking you to approve a plat. This is a registered land survey number 44 in Silver Creek Township. Mr. McDonald reviewed this. This is Torrance property. This is clearing up a boundary issue. The Mylars are in the back, and the pen is back there. So, Board, I'm asking you to approve this registered land survey number 44 in Silver Creek Township.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Dryden, second by Commissioner Potter. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries.
For the second item on the agenda, you already approved back in April. The city of Rockford took one of our tax forfeited parcels, and in their resolution, and I'm going to address our resolution here, but in their resolution, they said that they were taking it for expansion or roadways. The DOR rejected that, saying you can't, you have to be more specific. So they're amending their resolution to say they're doing it for roadway and expansion. So since they're redoing the resolution, we have to have you do our resolution. And lo and behold, since you had it approved before, we used our same resolution last time. So, Board, in your packets, I have to amend that. So our resolution will say, for the future roadway use and expansion. So it's clear that we have to redo this. So Board, you approved it once. I'm hoping that you'll approve the city's use of that tax preferred property.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended resolution.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Vetch, second by Commissioner Hewsome, and this is a resolution, Bob?
Yes.
So, Mr. Chair, I think it might be wise to include rescinding of the original.
Oh.
I'm assuming we'll sign it a new number.
Okay.
As we
Is that
adopt it.
okay with the motion maker to rescind the old resolution?
We do that all in one motion.
And
Yes.
it's okay with the
Fine with
motion
me.
maker and the seconder?
Yes.
Okay, and I am first up on the vote this time. I vote aye. Commissioner?
Aye.
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 Okay. Resolution carries unanimous.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you, Bob. All right, next up, Virgil, are you award-winning highway engineer too? You must be.
I just mentioned that I'm award-winning too because
I was gonna think about
I
that.
don't know how many years it carries over to be recognized.
Well,
Well, Mr. Chair, to make it fair, they're also in good company because if I recall, Bugs Bunny was an Oscar-winning rabbit, so you're in good company with that.
anyway, our award-winning highway engineer, Mr. Virgil Hawkins, you have the floor.
Well, good morning, Chairman Burrell and Board of Commissioners. I have 4 items for your consideration today. The first item is, the first 3 items are going to be recommendations to award contract bid openings that we had. The first one is Highway 3 Pavement Preservation Project. And this originally it's a federal aid project that was originally going to get built next year, but we let it this year because we had such good bids earlier that we can afford to pay our share of it this year.
Good.
And we did get good bids. We're recommending award to Knife River in the amount of $1,624,503.50.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve award that contract number 1709.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Potter, second by Commissioner Hewsome. I have another question, but I'll wait not on this subject. So any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Go ahead.
Thank you. The second recommended contract for award is County Road 131 and also Briarwood Avenue, which is a Rockford Township State Park Road Account project. The bids came in good on this project also. We're recommending award to Knife River of Sauk Rapids in the total amount of $455,971.32.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to award contract number 1703.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Potter, second by Commissioner Vetch. Any further discussion?
It's great to see it's 16.46% under estimate.
Yes.
That's good news.
Well, they just estimate high, just so it makes them look
Look
good.
good?
That's how he gets his awards.
Okay, further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you. And then
Go ahead, Virgil.
the third recommended award is for rural intersection conflict warning systems, and this is 90% federally funded. And we're recommending award to Design Electric of St. Cloud, Minnesota in the amount of $254,197.56.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to award contract number 1708.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Potter, second by Commissioner Delighten. And Virgil, this is going to be welcome for people out there because we have had, in the past, we've had some fatalities at those intersections. I don't know why they're kind of out in the open, but it's,
Yeah.
I think these really help because when they were up and operational, we did not have a fatality as far as I know, so.
Yeah, the data supports it. They are effective. Yeah.
Design, Mr. Chair, Design Electrical, they've been doing a lot of these for us, haven't they?
They have.
That's what I thought.
Now, is this can't remember what your Generation 4 or whatever?
Right. Originally, we had kind of when these first came out years ago, probably 10 years or more, we had a first generation one, and it was not the best technology for the harsh weather conditions we have, and it wasn't very reliable. And this is like the fourth generation of these. It's hardwired electric, so they're much more reliable. And MnDOT's put a lot of these in.
Well, and I say we have them, I know, down at Highway 7 and.
55.
Well, they're in, I'm thinking Highway 7 and it would be a Carver County road, but where County Road 8 turns into 33, I think it is. They have one down there and that's really nice too. So I think that it'll be a welcome thing. All right. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimous.
Okay, thank you. The fourth item today is to approve the Transportation Committee of the whole minutes from March 28th, 2017, and act on recommendations. And I apologize for being so tardy to bring these to the board, but there are circumstances that we weren't able to get these minutes prepared in a timely manner.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Transportation Committee of the whole of March 28th.
I'll second that.
Okay, and then there were recommendations there as well?
Correct.
Okay, so the motion is for the minutes and the recommendations?
Correct.
You okay with that too, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, do we want to just read the recommendations, or is it not necessary?
I think we've acted on most all of them already.
We have,
So it wouldn't be real necessary, and people can see it online here.
online.
Okay. Sounds good. So any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Virgil, I do have I was at the fair board last night, and we're just making sure we're going to wait till after the fair to do County Road 6?
Correct.
Okay. I didn't want to be misspeaking. I got it from the, okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Virgil, I got a question. County Road 36, you guys just redid that here this last week at
Microsurfacing.
Microsurface. Didn't you microsurface it last year too?
No.
That was just seal coating last year?
We did there was a big housing development on
Yep.
the north side that went in, and because they added left turn lanes and right turn lanes, we seal coated just that area to get
That's
rid
what
of
it
the
was?
striping,
Okay.
so they could restripe it.
Yeah, because I ended up having to go a long way around because they had no sign saying that there was no left turns allowed.
Oh.
One more.
It was a little irritating.
One more thing before I forget. Is there a possibility, and maybe it's, I don't know, it's not on the agenda today, but maybe, and we'll bring it up because the construction won't be till after the fair, but is there any possibility of looking into a turn lane, a right turn lane by the fairgrounds? It would help a lot. I mean, now I know it's,
Entrances on 6 there, and
Yeah.
it's out of scope of work because that contract is just paving.
yeah, okay.
We could certainly look at it.
Could you do that maybe and just shoot me an email or something?
Okay.
Send it to Mark
Is there a
first.
certain entrance that we want to look at? There's a few entrances. there
Well,
on
the
6.
main one where they come in for the traffic, not the one further to the north, up by the water tower there. That one, I think if they'd have a turn lane, it would help, because there's a lot of congestion there during the fair, and I guess it would just, if we can get a price, maybe Knife River it would be,
Okay. I'll take a look at it. I think we did look at it when we were putting plans together, but
Okay.
I'll take a look at it and get back to you.
okay, perfect. Thank you, Virgil. All right, committee minutes, and Lee, would you be able to do the first two there?
Yes, sir. We had 2 committee of the whole meetings on the 27th of June. The first of them was regarding the Drive Right program. At that meeting, all 5 commissioners were present, including myself and others. Several award-winning individuals were present, including Tom Kelly, County Attorney, Brian Osselson, Kreiser, Haggerty, Tim Dahl, Hevela, McMillan, Hoffman, Pam Henry Neaton from MEDA, and Pat Hackman from Safe Communities of Wright County. Tom Kelly kicked off the meeting by informing the commissioners back in 2005, the Attorney's Office and Sheriff's Office started the Drive Right program regarding minor traffic violations. The purpose of the program is to educate individuals, not hopefully impact their vehicle insurance rather than doing a ticket. So shortly after that, they also started the Teen Drive Right program. The reason of the meeting, Tom Kelly stated bad facts make bad law, and that they were now seeing reaction to some incidents that took place in Wabasha County regarding their driver diversion program. Program funds at Wright County were not used to supplement the sheriff or county attorney budgets. As part of the program, they contract with 2 501c3 entities, MEDA and Safe Communities, with a $75 fee, which is allocated to those 2 entities for education and training purposes. The county's definitely seen benefits from the program and has reached thousands of individuals. However, in this last legislative session, new legislation was put in under section 169.999 that if local governments have a diversion program and a court determines it was not authorized under that section, the local government will see a reduction in their local government aid corresponding to the amount of fees that have been collected. Further discussion, McMillan stated that he'd look at potentially implementing something in the next budget cycle regarding his office to assist in maintaining the current program. But ultimately, due to the law change, Tom Kelly and Haggerty agreed and stated that the Drive Right program will end as of June 30th, 2017. Anyone scheduled as of that date will still go through the program. Mr. Chair, the minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Committee of the Whole of June 27th in reference to Drive Right.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Potter, second by Commissioner Delighten. Any further changes? But it was a good program, and I hope that there is a way they can bring it back and whatever, but we couldn't risk losing that kind of revenue, so. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Lee, you're up again.
All right, the second Committee of the Whole on June 27th was regarding the coordinator level of authority. All 5 commissioners were present at that meeting, including myself, Lee Kelly. Also present, Osselson, Kreiser, Hevola, and Virgin. Lee Kelly stated during the performance review there was discussion regarding the county structure and discussion regarding coordinator versus administrator models of structure, and that was kind of the purpose of the meeting, to bring up discussion on that point. Burrell stated he previously supported the coordinator position, as he felt it was easier for the county to dismiss a coordinator than an administrator. Kelly noted both could be removed at any time, but Minnesota Statute 375A06 specifically states, after 1 year on the job, an administrator may demand written charges in a public hearing before termination. However, the county could still terminate follow that meeting. Newsom stated at a previous meeting prior to Kelly filling the coordinator role that the board met with 3 county administrators that had also previously been county coordinators.
Lee?
Yes, sir?
I think you should read that, or mention that last sentence about the ICMA code, because I think that's important too.
Sure. So backing up to the point, county could still terminate following the hearing required of the administrator. Lee Kelly stated that the ICMA, which is the International City County Management Association, code of ethics is followed by many leaders in the cities as well as the counties. And if you are dismissed or asked to leave, the expectation of the administrator is that you take the high road and move on. Commissioner Hewsome stated that at a previous meeting, prior to Kelly filling the coordinator role, the board met with 3 county administrators that had also been previously county coordinators. As she studies the 2 positions, she does not see how an administrator adds another layer of government, as an administrator can help streamline efficiencies and save money. The county board started out with an executive secretary to the board. I believe that was in 1983. And as the county grew, the position was then changed to a county coordinator, I believe mid-1985. County board members sit on over 20 committees, deal with township issues, citizen concerns, and employee concerns, and we need to look at what is best for the county as we continue to grow. Commissioner Delighten recalled from the Personnel Committee that there were suggestions of having Kelly work up to the position by adding some additional authority to the current role. Kelly stated the largest difference in coordinator versus administrator models is typically supervision of the department heads, and making a change in structure would impact how things get done. So I asked what the board's comfort level is of items that can be handled at the staff level rather than the board. Commissioners Hewsome and Delighten stated if a project or purchase is budgeted, why would it come to the board? If it is already an approved position, why is it coming to the board? These decisions could be handled by staff. Commissioner Potter added that if something controversial, then it should come before the board. Administrator model, in his opinion, is much more efficient as decisions can be made by staff rather than being bogged down by the board process. Then we had an example about a recent paint and carpet discussions that went before building committee. Further discussion talked about
What color did you say? Pink?
paint.
Oh, paint.
Paint.
Oh, I thought you said pink carpet.
Pink.
Oh, paint. Oh, misunderstood.
If there's 3 votes for pink, we can do pink.
More clears for all.
I missed that meeting. I just want to make sure that somebody was going to try and put pink carpet in my office.
Yeah, just pink shirts.
In your office.
We can go with pink bow ties, maybe. That could be a requirement.
That would be fun.
Okay.
So I'll quickly summarize. The remaining discussion was largely about determining what the role of the position would be, and finding some agreement amongst the board or consensus on the board of what the direction would be to go. Husum suggested getting other administrative job descriptions from other counties to compare what other essential duties are compared to the coordinator position. I noted that things are done differently throughout the counties. I'd like to have consensus on what the board would want. Decisions would need to address how supervision is provided to department heads, the role of the budget responsibilities, the committee structure, how items are handled by staff, and et cetera. So a lot of discussion points to have. Next steps were discussed. The committee will need to address, kind of as I outlined, some of the necessities versus the niceties. Staff will work on developing and gathering more information that will come back to the board. The consensus was that the next meeting on this topic would be continued till August 1st, 2017 at 10:30 a.m. And that was the recommendation. Recess the meeting to August 1st at 10:30 a.m. Staff will gather and provide additional information.
Okay. Good job.
Do we, because it's been continued, do we,
We don't need to have notice for that because it was.
but I mean, we don't, do we need to
We can
approve these minutes?
We can approve the minutes and the
You
recommendation.
can approve the minutes. It's just
I'll make a
recessed to a
motion.
time and date
I'll second
specific.
that.
Motion by Commissioner Delighten, second by Commissioner Husum to approve the minutes, and the recommendation would just be that we're having a follow-up meeting on August 1st. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Commissioner Potter, would you be able to do the March 30th Owners Committee meeting
Yeah.
for the courts facility?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. The Owners Committee of the Courts Facility Project met March 30th. The minutes are a little late in there, but there's circumstances why that was going on. It took too long. We did construction manager interviews. We had 4 firms that we were interviewing for this, and we came down to 2 that we did the presentations, A&P and the Integrity Group. Actually, we did do 4 presentations, excuse me, Mr. Chair. Wenk and Cross Anderson were also there. And following the presentations, that the committee discussed the preparations, strengths of each firm, and the consensus of the committee, and this was pretty good that we were feeling real comfortable with a couple of them, and it came down to one that just, once we got the numbers back, it came real good, even though the recommendation is further review proposal from A&P and CGI. We did end up making a decision with the Integrity Group, which we felt real comfortable, and Commissioner Burrell, you felt the same way I did about them, that I think that Integrity Group is going to give us a fantastic project, and I thought that they were the strongest looking out for our dollar. I came off with that, and I still feel that way after meeting with Pete Philippi and his crew a few times. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and the recommendation, which we've already gone forward with also.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Potter, second by Commissioner Delighten. And I did want to comment too, because we were, the lead person for A&P is a person from Wright County here, and totally impressed all of us. I mean, but there were other considerations, and cost was one of them too, so. But I think, so they are 2 very good firms, so I think we made a good choice. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. On Personnel Committee, Commissioner Delighten.
Yes, the Personnel Committee met on June 28th. Members present were Delighten, Husum, and Kelly. And it was regarding performance reviews for Tony Rasmussen, the assessor, and performance review for Tanya West, the recorder. Recommendation based on 5 performance evaluations received. The committee recommends a rating of exceeds expectations for Tony Rasmussen, assessor, and for Tanya West, recorder, based on 5 performance evaluations received, the committee recommends a rating of meets expectations. And I'd make a motion to approve these minutes and the performance review, so these can get their step increases.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Delight, second by Commissioner Hewsome. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Technology, Commissioner Vetch.
All right. Well, everybody, lean
Yeah.
back here.
know.
We talked about a lot.
did.
On June 28th, Wednesday, June 28th, members present, Commissioners Dahl Leiden and myself, Adam Tagaro, Lee Kelly, Mike McMillan, Virgil Hawkins, Todd Hoffman, Jim Odell, and Tanya West. Others present were Steve Job, Sherry Nelson, Connie Mae Cooper, Chad Davis, Rick, I'm going to say that wrong. Was it
Ray?
Ray? And Jen Rassett. First item was discussed was the voicemail system update and text-to-speech functionality. Office Links is the name of the newly implemented voice application. There is one system change that has created a slight issue with transferring calls and voicemails. The former voicemail application had a limited capability to read a name attached to a number if a recording of a name was absent. The new system does not have this function. Instead, it reads the extension. So if you call in to get the phone number, if they don't record their name on it, you'll get the 682 whatever digits. If a name has been recorded, the name will be read instead in place of the extension. IT contacted the vendor who suggested a comprehensive text-to-speech module for $13,000. That's annually.
Ooh.
This module has more options than just reading a name, one being an interactive menu. It was discussed amongst the group, stated by staff that from a leadership perspective, they wouldn't have a problem ensuring that staff has recorded their names, that this is more of a process of new employees and training staff to rectify this issue. Other committee members agreed that this is more a mentality with staff, not a technology item that we need to necessarily spend the money on fixing. Tagara and Sherry cohesively stated that IT is not recommending to purchase this module, but both commissioners agreed that at this point suggested that are recommending not to purchase the module. Action for text-to-speech encourage leadership to create a process for recording names on voicemail and send a county staff communication to update messages, name, prompt, and conclusion of the voice account cleanup. Other item that we discussed is the squad cars and body cam project. Hoffman presented, stated the discussion, noting that the current squad car cam L3 mobile vision is discontinuing the current platform being used by Wright County squad cams. Because of this new platform is necessary, initial research has been conducted to look into body cams for officers as well. Hoffman stated that to support body cams, there must first be supported for squad cams, as the squad is the true backbone of the system. Because of this, the sheriff's office has been researching vendors and products that support squad cams and the body cams with one system. 2 vendors have come to the top of the list, Coban and WatchGuard. They both are industry leaders and with the majority of market value shares. They also are actively being used by agencies that Wright County can contact. The committee had several questions which Hoffman noted will be answered with committee approval to move forward with further research. The board has acknowledged that body cams will be in Wright County's future. Hoffman stated that the phase-in approach allows the county more freedom as to when and where the implementation of the body cams take place, especially with the project focus remaining on the squad cams. Vetch stated that one of his main concerns lies with the rapid changing in technology, which committee members fully agree. Hoffman stated that the focus on the squad cams will hopefully allow proactive reaction to future unforeseen changes in the technology of the body cams. McMillan questioned if there would be opportunities for price breaks if counties joined together in the purchasing. Hoffman stated that currently committees joining the program was discussed as well to continue a quality work relationship with police officers. Hoffman stated that there is something to look into, but it has many variable addresses. Dahlin also asked that technology would be passed on to the sheriff's vehicles as not all are equipped. Hoffman stated that right now the main concern was with traffic stops. Tagaro asked if there are any buyback programs with 2 possible vendors. Hoffman stated that they are still checking onto this. Commissioners agreed to move forward with review and research and review of the project with the current platform is no longer viable, forcing the progressive movement. The action to retrieve further IT technical details, review purchasing information with Supergene and Brian Asselson to narrow down the vendors. So this is kind of a still ongoing process. If you can remind me to ring me, was it Mark that was the talk about it was going to be over like a 5-year period? Wasn't that what the?
Yeah, as I say, there's a few that are going to do right away, and then they're going to phase it in as new cars come in.
Yep. And
But
it should be fully.
Squad cars.
Yeah, there are some that have to be replaced now because they're no longer working or there's issues. So they're going to do some right away, and then as new squad cars, I think there was 18 squads that want to do it right away.
Okay.
And then as new squad cars come in, they're going to put the new platform into those.
And
So
Mr.
it's
Chair,
not a big
it's
charge
a
up
pretty,
front.
pretty big ticket item, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
We had to make
and
a-
body cams are very expensive, I
Yeah, but we're not going to be doing body
No.
cams.
No, it's going to be.
But what we're planning is for the future.
Yeah.
Right.
So the current platform couldn't support body cams anyway.
Yeah.
And
So this is just if the county decides to do body cams in the future, the platform is set to be able to handle it.
Right.
Because the plan is going to take us 4 to 5 years just to redo the squads,
Oh, yeah.
not even to do the body cams on the officers.
Right, yeah.
The other side of it is that we had to discuss the back side of it, whether we were going to go to cloud-based or whether we were going to right now we currently do all the recordings on DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another discussion that's part of this piece.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, go ahead,
Yeah,
Commissioner.
sorry to interrupt on this, but I do appreciate what you're doing on this. Take your time, let's get it done right.
Right.
You know, we're not in a big hurry, let's just make sure we get this done correct. And we know it's going to be a big cost factor, and it's going to take time, let's just make sure we get the right one.
That's why they interviewed 4 different ones and narrowed it down.
I like that.
Are they going to share with, the other 3, Buffalo, Annandale, and Howard Lake as well?
That was discussed,
We just-
and I think they said they would offer it to them, but I can't recall.
But they were running on different systems, I thought he said, that's why I wasn't necessarily sure that they would be able to tie it together.
Yeah, but I know they are talking about using the
Well, if there's a way, though,
Zerker system.
I say we are partners with
Yeah,
them.
no, and yeah, they are trying to, they will be offering them.
Okay, sounds good.
The armor radio fee, the county board changes county organizations to, charges county organizations a per radio fee for the armor system maintenance. In 2016, the board approved an increase to $85 for 2017 invoicing. This was well-received by the county organizations using armor, as the county was still paying a notable share of the charges. Tagaro inquired if the committee is recommending an additional increase in 2018. He noted that the system charge only went up $3,000 with a standing total at $188,000. McMillan suggested that if there is no large overall increase in the yearly charge, then it would seem equitably to seriously discuss an increase. Dahlin was in favor of keeping the same $85. He noted that it doesn't cover the entire cost of the system, but it gives the organization a solid vested interest in it. Vetch noted that it would be noted to be good, but it gives organizations our communication to stakeholders that the price did rise slightly by the county, but the county has been historically absorbing the majority of the cost anyways. Committee members also confirmed that they hadn't received notable feedback about the armor system. I gotta bring my glasses next time. I'm trying to like going, I probably should do that.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I know that
Commissioner
increases really do impact our small fire departments and things. So even the 75 to 85, they were concerned about because of their budget. So, yeah, I have to offer my agreement with not.
But there was no,
We just raised it last
We
year, didn't
we just raised it for this year, so.
Was it this year that we raised it?
I'm okay with leaving it at 85 as well, but it is good, though, that the organizations have skin in the game. Otherwise,
Exactly, yeah.
there are some counties where they do not have an adequate charge, and they just have a huge number of radios because,
Well, we have a huge number of radios in
well, we did note that we wanted the organizations to be informed that the price went up, and we did
Right.
not change the rates, so we want them to understand that down the road, because we keep incurring costs, eventually the rate will go up.
Right,
But
yeah.
right now, we're still willing to absorb that increased cost.
good point. Okay.
Yeah, he had the list of how many we had, too.
We-
It
yeah,
was well
we have
over
it.
1,000.
Yep.
But I
can't
said,
remember
there's
the
some
number.
smaller counties that have counts close to ours. So,
Really.
yeah, we're a big county, I mean, we do,
Yep.
so, anyway.
Also here, we received an update on Office 365. Office 365 is still on track for the fall of 2017. Gradual rollout to the county staff. The transition will begin in-house with IT, then pushing out to the county with email, transitioning first, then Office and SharePoint, followed by Skype for business. Nelson stated that the infrastructure is being readied and managed for the transition. 150 accounts have been purchased. Tagaro noted that the IT has been studying how other counties have transitioned to 365. Tagaro has also been finalizing interviews. Oh, I missed that part, sorry. The project management role for 365 will be filled through MN state contracts. He's been finalizing interviews from the state list of contractors for the implementation of the 365. Job questioned that the budgeting process for 365. Nelson noticed that 2017-2018 will be funded with CIP dollars. Future funding is being looked at. Tagaro also noted that the training will be a fundamental aspect of the successful implementation of 365. The recent MNCCC conference allowed.
And I don't
know what
think,
that is.
it's not, shouldn't be conference, it should be bid.
Bid, that's what I thought too, because that was where he was getting the contractors to fill this out,
Yep.
finish out this project. Allowed Wright County to gain affordable access to lynda.com. I don't know if you're familiar, lynda.com is like a training, what do we call it, module?
Yep.
A highly recommended
It's an online.
training system. Using for the collaborative number of MNCC members, a significant price break was reached. Lynda.com will allow admins to select assigned training for staff members such as specific 365 training. It also has a multiple of training outside of 365. Some of the highlights of 365 are the Skype functions, also some of the email encryptions, and the 365 implementation is progressing as planned. Members noted that they all agreed and are eager to utilize the new system. This is all informational only. We had a short project portfolio. The current project portfolio stands in the mid-80s for the open projects. IT has been successful at lowering the number of active projects, because I think we were at like 96, was it before?
Yeah, it was a little over 100
Or
at
was it
one
over
time.
100 before?
Like 103.
Something like that, yeah. And 3.
So they're going down. Yeah, one other thing too is that by going to this Office 365, is that we actually will be able to get rid of one software, the encryption,
Is that-
Zix email encryption will be able to go away.
I'd never heard the term 6 email
It
encryption before.
runs in the background, but
Okay.
it's encryption for the email server.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some other advantage to the 365 that are in the background that we really don't see, but
Okay.
it's important to note that we're installing new software, but we are actually getting rid of some other ones too.
Okay, so Derek, you want to make
I'll
a,
make a motion to approve the IT minutes with the recommendations.
I'll second it.
motion by Commissioner Vetch, second by Commissioner Delightman. Further discussion, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. The Ways and Means Committee, Commissioner Hewson, would you be
All
able?
right, sure. The Ways and Means Committee met on June 28th, 2017. Members present, Burrell, Hewson, Lee Kelly. Others present, Asselson, T-Dahl, and Jamie Goodwin Schwartz, and Sue Virgin. And the first item was coming back with the Health and Human Services fee schedule. Goodwin Schwartz provided the committee with a revised fee schedule based on the discussion from the meeting on June 17th. So the changes are italicized and bolded, and it was determined that the sliding fee scale table should be included in the fee schedule, and noted because the federal government sets the sliding fee scale, and the county would not be required to hold a public hearing when the changes are made. So rather than having, every time the federal government makes a change, that we don't have to come back and approve it at the board level. Asselson clarified that the county should be the county, not he county. I didn't catch that. Does have the right to charge fees for an employee's time also. The recommendation is to approve moving forward with consideration of adopting the Health and Human Services fee schedule, set a public hearing date at the July 11th board meeting, which we will be doing.
Next on the agenda.
And upon approval, fees to be effective as of August 1st, 2017. Second item was also a return item for the Ag Society Fairground lease, and Asselson provided the committee with a revised lease agreement based on the discussions from their May 24th, 2017 meeting. Asselson and Dahl reviewed the areas that have been modified and reviewed areas that still warrant discussion and clarification. The first one was the term of lease. It was shortened to 20 years. It had been 100 years. The termination of the lease identified reasons for termination, like inadequate insurance or hazardous or unsafe building conditions. Those kinds of things are all listed. And also repairs and maintenance. It addresses the Ag Society's responsibility for repairs and maintenance to the building and grounds. And because of those two items, the termination of lease and repairs and maintenance, we also started a discussion about, does that apply to the Historical Society building that's located on the property?
I think the Historical Society, we believe, owns that building, but
right.
it's on the fairgrounds.
On the fairgrounds, so it gets to be, a little bit muddy, the waters. So we need to address this within the lease.
Well, we are a government, so we should be confused.
Right, true. And the liability insurances, we included additional insurance information and add the requirement of naming the county as an additional insured. It was clarified that there is a tort cap. However, if there is a federal claim, it is not restricted by the tort cap. There's also concerns of proper coverage due to subleasing that is occurring with the property. Sublease requires the Ag Society cannot sublease without consent to the county. This raises discussion on whether the county wants to identify exceptions to this requirement and how the county ensures that proper insurance coverage is in place for these subleases use of the county. It was a consensus of the committee that discussion needs to take place with the Fair Board to work with some of these issues and details, but wait until after the fair to schedule a meeting. Asselson will reach out to the Fair Board members regarding this matter, and that was the recommendation was it was informational only. With that, Mr. Chair, I will move the minutes and the recommendation with just a small correction, and the last line in the first paragraph clarified that the county instead of he county.
Instead of he, got it. Do you see that on there, Dale?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I'll second that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Hewson, second by Commissioner Potter, discussion. The only thing I wanted to add, I do think it's really important that we do come up with a contract that will accommodate the subleasing. The fair has done this for a long time, and I think the previous boards have okayed it or just kind of let it go. But they just had a church group up there a couple weeks ago. They were there for a couple days, and they just made $7,500. And they said that the meeting last night, they said that was the best group that ever came there. The place was left cleaner than when they came. So things like that. There's no reason that a group can't use it, and we make some money off it as well, so, as a county or as a.
No, but we just
family.
have to make sure that the county's protected.
Yeah, as much as possible. Like I said, you can't bury your head in the sand either. I mean, there's always gonna be some exposure.
Why not? The feds do.
Because we're collecting like COIs on anybody that rents it right now
You want
anyways,
to move up
aren't
the
we?
ladder someday, don't you?
Get up insurance, we're getting COIs from no or not.
That's why it's important to get these.
That's things that we're gonna be looking at. So, but we have to, like I said, we have to come up with a way that we can make it work, but protect us as much as possible too.
Right.
So, okay. Further discussion, seeing none, then all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimous. We should, okay, that's the next step. We should set the meeting.
We will.
And I would recommend doing that on the August 1st meeting at 9:30.
I'll make that motion,
I'll
Mr. Chair.
second that, Mr. Chair.
Holy smokers, we got it everywhere. I'm going to give that to Commissioner Hewson with a second to Commissioner Potter. Sorry, Mark.
No problem.
I can't hear good out of this here.
What?
That's why I'm too far away, I don't even try.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Potter.
Just for the viewing audience that aren't seeing the written thing, this motion and second was to set a fee schedule public hearing for August 1st, 2017 at 9:30 a.m. to revise the Health and Human Service fee schedule.
Correct, Ola. Okay, with that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries unanimous. Advisory Committee, Advisory Board updates, anyone want to kick it off?
Mr. Chair, I'll start. I don't have anything advisory committee, but I do want to reiterate that former Commissioner
Yes.
Sawatsky is at the Monticello is the Grand Marshal and the Citizen of the Year, which is quite an honor to get both of them for one thing. Well deserved. He's very active in his community
Their parade is this coming Sunday.
this weekend, and I just want to make sure that people remember that he's out there. And Pat, if you're watching, congratulations. I don't think so. I don't think he's watching, but
He's working.
he's working. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Commissioner Hewson?
Well, I had the Central Minnesota EMS Region Joint Powers Board meeting last Friday, and our coordinator has been busy doing different trainings and that kind of thing. They have that Lucas device, which is a really, it does a CPR for you. So it's a great device. They're trying to get those into the different EMS regions and that kind of thing. We also had a presentation from the National Joint Power Agreement. They have different programs that can impact first responders. The state agency has actually $2 billion that they recycle back into the counties for helping with that. And so we're hoping to maybe get some help for them with some grant writing. And looking at ways to generate more revenue, because our seatbelt dollars, people have been compliant with seatbelt use, so the money that we've gotten from the state has dwindled a lot, and we need to look at alternate funding sources to maintain giving all the grants to these smaller firefighters and, these organizations, the small ambulance services. I mean, Wright County isn't as rural as other counties in our region, so they have kind of the mom and pop ambulance services out there, and to try to keep them up and running, we are looking for ways to help. So that's about it.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair?
Yes,
I have a question for Commissioner Hewson. On that CPR, that system or whatever you're talking about?
Lucas device?
That device, was that the same one, Lucas, was that the same one that the news media had, kind of the changes in the CPR, how they're doing that? Because they kind of alluded to it, but then didn't get into detail what it was.
What they've changed is a few years ago, they used to do, the breath and then the compressions, and they've gotten away from giving rescue breaths now, so they're just doing compressions. So, but it's to do to maintain, compressions and, you're supposed to do it to the rate that you do it is staying alive. So do,
Okay.
do. That's the rate that you're supposed to do it. And depending on who you're working on, that's, you can get pretty tired pretty fast if you're the only one doing it. So these Lucas devices that do the manual compressions are
Okay, again, the reason I brought that up, because on the
Yeah, I
news, it
didn't- I
was
didn't see
confusing. They brought up about changes to this, but they never went into
and
what it was.
And I can't address that. I
You know,
don't
but
know if
that's-
there's new changes or not.
If I saw it, I'm sure other people saw it too.
Yeah,
Okay, now what does this mean?
But I'm not sure what they were all talking about, but
Okay,
but
thank
yeah,
you.
they have gotten away from doing the rescue breaths. So it used to be, breath and then compressions and so.
Okay.
Thank you.
And like I said, I met at the Fair Board last night. Everything's on track. This time, very busy time of the year for everybody, getting everything set up. But it's going well, and I'm glad that Virgil is not going to have County Road 6 tore up during the
Yep.
fair. I did want to remind everyone that we do have leadership meeting at 11 o'clock this morning. And also, tomorrow evening will be our Township Officers Association meeting at Middleville. And that's the pork chops, so don't forget it. So-
Oh, yeah, dinner.
All right, that's all I have.
Mr. Chair, do we need to remind the sheriff that he wears his brown shirt for the pork chops, not the white shirt?
It's kickoff for River.
I think he knows that one. Okay.
I was just gonna say something to you. Oh, I forgot.
Just to point, the committee of the whole regarding transit is this afternoon
Yeah.
also, 1 PM.
Oh, that's true, too.
On the 29th, Commissioner Houston and myself went to the Huco Bowling Center and met with 3 legislators and 1 senator.
Yep.
And listened to them talk about all the good things they accomplished and about the lawsuit with Dayton. And then last night, the Parks Committee met, and we talked about the lid that's going on at Maple Lake, about a couple of different trails that some people would like the county to take over. There was a lot of discussion on that. We had the final say, but the majority of those things didn't really gather much mustard there at all. And then also they talked about some of the some advertisements or getting some information out about all the different things we have at the parks, along with the expansion of Collinwood. They are at capacity. Every weekend, they're turning people down. So there is an addition going in out at Collinwood, because it's really the only place we have room to expand. Shorter, there is no expansion at all.
They're always full too, aren't they?
Yeah, and there's just no room there, but they're going to put in 15 slots out of Collinwood. There will be 50 amps, there'll be complete hookups, which none of our parks have that right now. They don't expect it to be any issues that they'll fill up every weekend.
Oh.
And then, the next one will be, of course, out at Bertram, whenever the county decides to deal with that. And then there was some talk about the Bertram Blast out there, which is that triathlon, about allowing to serve alcohol, but I think for the most part, the Parks Board said no. It's going to have to be discussed when the ball fields are out there and stuff. So we'll have to do some changing. Because I understand that people that play softball and baseball like a little bit of alcohol,
Do they?
a little beer when they're playing.
The
So.
city of Monticello has always historically offered it on.
So that'll be something that we're going to have to try and amend for that area of the park. So anyway, more discussion to come on that.
Commissioner Vetch.
So June 27th, I had my Clearwater Watershed District meeting. They discussed Cedar Lake and the zebra mussel infestation. They have now, since that meeting, examined 3,000 feet of shoreline and over 3,100 objects, and they have not found any more infestation than what they originally found. So it's reasonable to think that this is going to be containable and treatable. But time will tell. We'll have to be vigilant to see. There's no guarantee on that, but at least the preliminary diagnosis is good.
Was it found down by Schroeder?
Yep.
That's where it was?
That's where it was, yeah.
It must have come in on a boat from there.
It was found like 3 feet out from the public access in a single zebra mussel, so, yeah.
So hopefully, so that was the one good thing from that meeting. Other than that, the 4th of July weekend, all my meetings got canceled for all my advisory stuff, so, but other than my Clearwater Watershed.
Well, Commissioner Vetch, with the zebra mussels, like any other aquatic invasive species, the earlier you detect it, the easier it is to come up with some remedy, because the zebra mussels in the technical, they breed faster than rabbits. Them things, once they take a hold, they proliferate a lake bottom pretty fast.
Yep, and then they are sharp when they die, and there goes your beach.
Well, and I think we did the right move last meeting there before the 4th of July break by freeing up that $5,000 to the Cedar Lake Association, giving them some funds to help fight this. That's huge. I think,
Well, if we can show success, then it's, people know you can do it.
Oh, and regarding some of the complaints we've had from people regarding the Lake Sylvia, Lake John,
Pleasant Lake.
and Pleasant Lake, regarding the requirements for having inspections before they go into those lakes. Yeah, it'd be great to be able to do it coming out, but we can control it easier going in. And if they don't think that it's a concern, they need just to go online and Google Lake Cronus in Minnesota and see what starry stormwort has done to that lake, and realize that we do nothing, the lake becomes worthless.
Okay.
And
Greg, did you, go ahead.
I was going to say, Mr. Chair, that it's in support of what's already in statute. I mean, they can go on the DNR website, and it is, we are supposed to clean our boats or any watercraft, anything goes in the water, inspect it and make sure it's clean before you go into any lake. So that's...
And this is a trial.
It's a pilot program. Hopefully it'll increase the efficiency, because if they find aquatic invasives, the decontamination bath is right there, and they don't have to get to the landing and then have to go back and decontaminate, so that's...
And Mr. Chair, the DNR is watching us on this particular issue, because, they're kind
Well,
of...
they have to approve it first.
Well, they have to approve it, which they're going to have a little bit of problem with the state legislature if they don't approve it. There's a few advocates down there that are pushing real hard, and on the DNR's case, we have to do something. Doing nothing is not an option.
My indications are the DNR is supportive of it,
Correct.
so.
They said they could reject it, but I don't think the political pressure that is mounted on them right now, they will do that.
Okay. I see our Assistant County Attorney, Mr. Greg Kreiser, has something to say.
I do, Mr. Chair.
Is he award-winning?
Not yet.
I was just wondering.
Unless you gave him an
Have one
award.
award, yes.
No,
but
I've
we'll just leave
never
it at
heard him.
One award, you can call them award winning.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, just as an informational item, I just wanted to let the board know that if you remember County Ditch 10, we entered into an agreement with ISG, the engineering firm, and with the Soil and Water Conservation District, and they're going to be having an informational meeting on County Ditch 10 and Lake Ann and Lake Emma at the Victor Township Hall next Wednesday, the 19th, at 7 o'clock at night. So I don't know if 3 members of the board want to go. If you do, we'll accommodate a posting upstairs.
I know I'll be there.
Why don't we post that as an authorized meeting?
We can do that.
Yeah, just maybe make a motion,
We need a
authorize
motion to
attendance,
that.
and
Okay.
we'll post it accordingly.
Somebody would do that.
But just want to get the word out that.
Oh, yeah, it's at
go.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes, at Victor Township Hall.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the date, Greg?
The 19th.
19th?
19th.
Yeah,
At 7 o'clock.
yeah, from 7 to 9. Victor
Okay,
Township.
I'll entertain a motion to make the
I'll make
authorized
that
attendance.
motion to allow
Board authorization.
board authorization to go to the ditch committee for ditch 10 at Victor Township Hall
Okay.
on July 19th.
And I'm wondering if we shouldn't call it like more of a water quality meeting, whatever.
Well, it's an informational meeting.
I mean, it's, okay.
There's no action.
It's regarding the study on ditch 10
Got
that
it. There you go.
Really a presentation from the
Okay,
engineers.
so motion by Commissioner Delighted,
Second that.
second by Commissioner Potter. Further discussion, none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and before we adjourn, I just want to, on behalf of the entire board, to pass our condolences on to the family of George Mead. George is a longtime Fair Board member. He passed away suddenly, and his funeral was yesterday, and I mean, they really miss him on the Fair Board. We'll miss him as a county. He was
He was
did
very
a-
active in a
very-
lot of
did
different
did a
things.
lot of stuff for our county, so,
Yep.
like I said, we'll pass our condolences on to the family. With that, seeing no other business, we are adjourned at 10:06.